Hey, second grade. I'm at home today. It's Mrs. Barhorst, and we are getting ready to do Phonics Lesson 48. We're going to start first with our picture cards and our letter cards. So let's start right here. Say it with me. Cry, I. Right? Butter, turtle, thimble, anchor, k, rose, z, horse, or, doctor, star, r, quilt, qua, staple, pull. Keep freezing, guys. Sorry, I don't know why. Try that. Candle, dull, bugle, gull, bottle, tull, bubble, bull. Final stable syllables. Ruffle, full, dollar, bird, chef, sh, cheese, ch. It's being fussy today. Oh no. There we go. Move it apart a little bit there. All right, shark, sh. Now, suffix ed means it's already happened, and it can sound like ed, d, or t. Suffix s, more than one. Suffix less, meaning without. Suffix ing, happening right now. Combination UR. Combination WH. Combination IR. Combination ER, usually in the final position. Combination QU. Remember this one? Vowel Y. Vowel Y, when the Y is acting as a vowel. Okay, combination AR. Combination OR. Digraph CH. Digraph CK in the final position of a word when followed by a short vowel in a short word. Digraph TH. Digraph OO. Final stable syllable FLE. Final stable syllable TLE. Final stable syllable GLE. Final stable syllable DLE. Final stable syllable PLE. And lastly, the final stable syllable BLE, like bubble. All right. Well, today we're going to review our sounds by playing a little bit of Phonics Bingo. So I need to hear you really loud today because I'm all the way at my house. And I have a special guest maybe here in a little bit. But we're going to go ahead and do some Phonics Bingo. When you see that you have all straight up and down, or side to side, or corner to corner in a diagonal, you can yell out Phonics Bingo. All right. So let's begin. Cover the final sound that you hear in hike. Repeat hike. Good. Now it's after a long vowel. If you don't want to look at my answers, you don't have to. I'm going to go ahead and mark it. All right, cover the final spelling that you hear in the word fumble. Repeat fumble. Good. The final sound bull. Cover it. Cover the final sound you hear in the word well. Well. Remember that floss rule, kiddos. All right. Cover the final spelling you hear in the word tree. Repeat tree. Good. E. And how is that represented? The final position. Cover the vowel sound you hear in the word make. Repeat make. Good. Cover it. All right, cover the final spelling in the word my. Repeat my. Cover it up. Cover the initial sound you hear in the word even. Repeat. Even. Very good. Did I hear any phonics bingo yet? Shouldn't hear it yet. All right, let's try covering up the final spelling in the word pluck. You pluck the feathers. After a short vowel and a short word. Very good. Cover the initial sound you hear in the word acid. Acid. Repeat, acid. Cover it up. All right. Ooh, it's getting close. I see a couple ways that we could do it. Well, let's see. Cover the final spelling in the word hook. Repeat, hook. K in the final position after a vowel digraph. I heard you! Phonics bingo! Actually, I thought maybe it was going to be this row or this row, but it was actually a diagonal phonics bingo, if you noticed. Nice work, second grade friends. We're going to go ahead and start with our lesson of the day. Let's start by reviewing our words, and you're just going to flip over to the very next page, and let's do our review words. So our first review word is dry. Repeat, dry. Very good. Write it. I in the final position of a short word, represented by a Y. Check with mine. All right, number 2 is trick. Repeat, trick. And write it. K in the final position after a short vowel and a short word. CK. Check your work. And number 3 is after. Repeat, after. Go ahead and write it. I only hear in the final position, but I know I have to have a vowel in there too because it's a syllable. ER is usually in the final position. After. AFTER, combination ER. All right, let's go ahead and look at sight words number 4. Number 4 is the word goes. Repeat, goes. Okay, go ahead and write it. Check with me. Number 5 is pull. Repeat, pull. Pull on the rope. Good. Go ahead and write it. If I go too fast, kiddos, just pause and check. And number 6. Number 6 is says. Go ahead and repeat, says. All right, go ahead and write it. And that's how you write says. All right, we're going to take a break from the workbook to talk about today's lesson a little bit further. I want you to echo these words with me. You ready? All right, let me hear you, okay? Let's echo these words and listen to the final position, the last sound you hear. So repeat after me. Candy. Good. 20. Clumsy. What sound do you hear in the final position? Candy. 20. Clumsy. I heard the E sound. Very good. And now let's look at these words and see if we can figure out what is representing that sound. Here are the words. Candy, 20, and clumsy. What do you see that represents the E sound in these words? It's the Y. Will the Y most likely be a vowel in this word or a consonant? A vowel. Very good, because it sounds like E, and E is a vowel. And because it's in the final position. How do we code Y's when they act like vowels? Just like when it sounded like I, we put I'm going to change colors here, a dot over the Y to let us know that that is vowel Y, because it's acting like a vowel. It's not y like yarn. It's in the final position and it sounds like a vowel. How many syllables are in these words? Let's clap them out. Candy. Go ahead. 20. Clumsy. How many syllables? 2. There are 2 syllables, which means there are 2 vowel sounds. That's correct. These are 2-syllable words, so we will use our syllable division pattern to divide them before we code. All right. So we're going to look for the VCCV pattern. When we code the words, we'll write the V's under the Y's because the Y is acting like a vowel when it's in the medial position or in the final position. So let's take a look. Vowel, consonant N, consonant D, and the vowel Y. Okay, the vowel Y. When we see a VCCV pattern, we divide between the, do you remember? The consonants. So right between the N, and my pen's running out. See if you can see this. Right between the N and the D, yeah, we can see that. We are going to accent mark that first syllable, and we're going to go through all of these and do that. Vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. Remember, the Y is acting as a vowel, so we're going to code it with a V. Divide between the 2 consonants. Okay, and accent mark. We'll go back and do some more codes in just a moment. And then we're going to do this one down here, vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. Divide between the 2 consonants, accent mark. But that's not the only thing. We're going to look at the vowels in each of these words, and if it is it in the accented syllable. No, it is not. When the vowel Y is open and not accented, it usually says E. Vowel Y can make 2 sounds, the I that we've already learned and the E that we're learning today. Just like the vowels A, E, I, O, and U, and you can each make 2 sounds. They can each make 2 sounds. If you see a vowel Y and you don't know where the accent is, try both sounds and see which one sounds right. This will tell you where to put the accent. If the Y says I, it is most likely accented. If you remember cry, I, we had an accent. If the vowel says E, it is most likely not the accented syllable because that would be at the end. All right, so let's go ahead and look further at these words. I can see the first syllable has a vowel in this word candy. It's followed by a consonant, so I'm going to go ahead and breathe it. I see a C, so I need a K back. Okay, and that's all I need for this word. And I'm going to look at the word 20, and I see the vowel E is breathed short E because it's followed by a consonant. And I can see this U in clumsy is breathed. It's followed by a consonant and also needs a K back, which you guys have caught me a couple times. I've forgotten. Okay, so that's how you code these words when Y is acting like a vowel in the words in the final position sounding like E. Now we're going to look at some other examples. Here is 2 other words. These words are symbol and type. What vowel does the Y sound like in the word symbol? Symbol. Like the American flag is a symbol of our country. It sounds like a short I sound. So how will we code it? With a breve and a dot. So it makes a short vowel sound. Y is acting like a vowel and it's short like I. So that's how we're going to code it. So vowel Y actually has 3 sounds. What vowel does the Y sound like in type? A long I. So how will we code it? Well, the Y is still acting like a vowel, so I'm going to put a dot up there. But this time it sounds like a long I, so I'm going to macron it. Okay. We make sure we macron and dot when it is a long vowel. Remember that the vowel Y may be found in any situation that the vowel I may be found in. Let's take a look at the rest of these words and go ahead and code them. So let's take a look at symbol, code the rest out. So now I know that Y is acting like a vowel, so V, C, C, V, divide between the 2 consonants. I've already shown that the Y is acting like a vowel by putting the dot above, and it's a short I sound, so I breathed it. Now this I, we haven't talked too much about. I think you might have talked about it more in first grade, but it is a schwa-o, which means it sounds like an So I'm going to put an upside down E. And with type, this is a silent E here, and that vowel is long. Okay? So here's another example. Now, these aren't going to happen very often, but I do want you to see that you can have a Y acting like a vowel in the medial position. Usually, however, it's found acting like a vowel in the final position. One syllable word, it sounds like I. Two syllable word, like today, it sounds like E. Okay? All right, let's move on a little bit. We have some cards today. You already have seen the letter card Y, vowel Y. Today we're going to have a picture card. I have a sack that contains our keyword for the new sounds of the vowel Y. This can be contained in a sack. It could be red and white. It could be the flavor of mint, but remember it's got to have an E sound at the end. What do you think my keyword is? Candy E. Candy E. That kind of reminds me of Christmas time. So the keyword is candy, and the sound we've learned today is E. Okay. All right, so repeat after me the sound E. Very good. How have we been spelling the E sound so far? Digraph EE, comma E, and final digraph EE. Very good. Now we have some more choices. So when we make this sound and we say E, we have all of these choices. We have to add the Y vowel to the end. So in the initial and medial position, the E sound when fingerspelling could be represented with EE or just an E. In the final position, it could be EE or now also a Y, vowel Y. Okay, so let's go ahead and write this on the blank, going back to your workbook page. And number 7, E, E, comma E. Now they don't put E consonant E. I think that's just because it doesn't happen very often, but we do know that that's an option like concrete. Final sound, the railroad tracks. EE and vowel Y in a 2-syllable word in the final position. So let's go ahead and see if we can write some of these words that have the Y in the final position that sounds like E. So you know the words I tell you must have 2 syllables in them. So number 8, repeat after me, 40. Good, now let's go ahead and spell 40. It's kind of weird, but 40 doesn't have the number 40, it has the other kind of 4. Fort, E. Okay. And number 9, repeat after me, handy. If you're very handy, you can fix a lot of things. Go ahead and spell that out, finger spell. And start over again at the next syllable, E. E at the end of a word. I have a couple options. I could do EE, but that doesn't look right. It must be our new sound of Y. Okay. And number 10 is party. Repeat, party. Go ahead and write it. R, like a jar of stars. Part. E in the final position of a 2-syllable word. Go ahead and check with mine. 40, handy, and party. All right, kiddos. Go ahead and do your high frequency word practice at home with your families. I'm going to real quickly go through a sentence with you today to see how when you're reading you can code words out to help you with words you don't know. So this isn't in your book anywhere. I just wanted to share this with you. It says 60 maple trees are in my yard. Now if you were reading this and you were not sure of that first word, this is what you could do. You could code it out. You can see that there are 2 vowel sounds. So you go vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. Divide between the 2 consonants. I would love for you guys to be coding things when you do the RUW and you read that short story. Breathe the I because it's followed by consonant X. Accent mark. The Y sounds like E. So we're going to put a big dot there. Okay, now I can look at this word and see it's 6T, 60. Okay, if you're not sure of this word, this one has a final stable syllable in it. It's got an open syllable. The A is not followed by a consonant, so now I know that word is maple. Maple. This next word has a suffix S. I know because there's still a root word right here. Now, a lot of my kiddos did this coding wrong in class. When you see a vowel digraph EE, you underline it, make around the first one, cross out the second one because it's silent. Okay? Okay, the sight word R, I'm going to circle it because it's a sight word you have to memorize. It's an unfair word. In would be coded like that. My would be coded like this, and yard has R like a jar of stars. So these words are words you can code out, and you can just maybe code out one or two that you're unsure of, but I went ahead and coded all of them for you today. All right, let's move on to some coding. And I want to switch up pens because I do not like to use big fat pens when we're coding. Hopefully this cooperates. Let's take a look at number 1. You can see that the vowel Y is coded with the dot. And I see a vowel Y in the final position already. And I see that there's 2 vowel sounds. So this must sound like E. I'm going to put just the dot over top. And then I'm going to code vowel to vowel. Divide between my consonants. Breathe the first one. First vowel, accent the first syllable. And I know that word is 50. 50 is represented right there. All right. Number 2, take a look at the word. If you see any final stable syllables or suffixes at the end, if not, go ahead and look at the vowels because all vowels need coded. I see a vowel digraph. I'm going to make around that first E, cross out the silent E at the end. Now I know how to sound out this word. It's free, free. Okay. Number 3, I see a vowel in the final position. There is no other vowels in this word. This must be a vowel Y, and it's a 1 syllable, so it must sound like I. I'm going to put a dot with a long sound and accent, and now I know this word is dry. Dry. The opposite of wet is dry. Okay. Number 4, I do see something at the end of this word. I see a final stable syllable. I'm going to bracket around FLE, cross out that E, accent mark right before it so I can accent the first syllable. Breathe the U because it's followed by a consonant. Now I know this is rough, full, ruffle, ruffle, like on the bottom of a skirt. And that's our key word. This is a word you might not know, so let's go ahead and code this word. I see a Y in the final position, but there's also an I. So I think that this must be a Y that sounds like an E, 2 syllables. Okay, in the final position, 2 syllables, it sounds like E. I'm going to go ahead and code vowel to vowel. Make sure I breathe my I there. This is a voiced S. And accent mark. Now I know this first syllable is flim, flim. Second syllable is Z, Z-E, flimsy. If something is flimsy, it's like wiggly and easy to break. It's flimsy, it's not tough and hard. I don't see a picture for flimsy, but I do for this next word. I'm going to go ahead and see that this is a consonant E. I'm going to cross out the silent E, make around the A, K back that C, and I know that word is cane. And here's a cane. Okay. All right, friends, please pause it and go ahead and fill in all of those codes. I know that was pretty quick. And pause and read about my uncle right here. And then when you come back and hit play, we'll do it together. Okay. And RUW too. All right, kiddos, I hope you just hit play. Welcome back. Let's read this together. My uncle. Remember, If you read this on your own and there was a word you didn't know, I hope you coded right here in your workbook. Ready? Go. My uncle gave me a puppy from a pet store. We will get to see it after school. When the puppy gets here, we need to feed it first and then let it sleep. So let's go ahead and read the first question, number 7. What will we do first? I remember that word first in the story. Well, I read, now I'm going to look for that word first. First. What will we do first? We need to feed it first. So I'm going to underline that, and I'm just going to restate that question. We need to feed, I'm just copying it right from where I underlined, it first. Period. Underline and wrote. Okay, got that right from the story. Okay, number 8. Where did the uncle get the puppy? Let's see, I remember the word uncle up here. Let's go to the beginning of the sentence. My uncle gave me a puppy from, a pet store. So now I need to find pet store in my choices, and it's right here. I'm going to write in the bubble, cross out the W. Okay. And number 9, the puppy will want to sleep. I remember that word sleep. It's right here at the end. When the puppy gets here, we need to feed it first and then let it sleep. Yep, we need to let it sleep. Okay, I did that backwards. But I read and I underlined and I wrote. So that means I cited text evidence like a good reader would do. I went back into the story to look for key words. If you'd like to practice that some more, go ahead and do the RUWs on the back. And please, if there's a word you're unsure of, instead of asking the teacher at home, try to code it out first and code it till you know it. And it'll be a-okay. You'll probably figure it out. Also using the meaning of the sentence to help you. So thank you, 2nd grade, and I will see you next time. Oh, hold on. Roro, come here. Speaking of pets from the pet store, I know some of you liked my puppy, so I wanted you to see how big she's gotten. This is Rosie. She's a wild animal. Rosie, hi, say hi, say hi. That's Rosie. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.